Hi, I'm Kim Guardado, and I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about why I give to the church. Well, I remember when I first started coming to this church, Pastor Frank asked me if I had a church home. I was like, what's that? What's a church home? The only church I knew was a church I grew up in, and I hadn't attended any church while I was in college, and this was like the first adult place I lived after that. And so for someone to ask me that question, I had to really stop and think, well, what does that mean? And I think about that often, especially as we talk about why you give to the church. For me, it starts with the fact that this is my church home. And sometimes we think of that as a place where we go. So yes, we all love this building, and it's beautiful, and all of its quirks, all of those things. It's a great place, but I really think that a church home is more about who instead of the where. And so for me, the church home is all the people that have loved me through having babies, through loud and obnoxious children in the sanctuary, teaching Sunday school, through my divorce, through my remarriage, through my children getting confirmed and graduating. These are the people that I want to do church with. And so when I think about why I give to this church, it's really because of all of those people. I want to keep doing this. I want to keep doing church with every single one of the people here. And you can't do that if you don't have a place to do that. Now, some might say that we should just have a shed that's easy to maintain. I have heard that before, but I think the beauty of this building is what speaks to me. The reason I chose this church to come to in the very first place was because of the limestone. Reminds me of the church I grew up in. It looks a lot from the outside like the church I grew up in. And I think each of us have a different thing that draws us to this building, but I think we can all agree that it's because of the people that we stay. I chose to do this here in the youth room. So if you haven't been to the youth room or you don't know where this is, you should find it, because this is the place that really has spoke to me the most over the years. I love these couches in their mismatched way of fitting into this space that helps us connect with the people who will be our church in the future. And we need funds to be able to have a Christian ed director and a congregational care coordinator, office manager, all of those people that make this place work so that I can still come back here every Sunday. I think the other thing that's really important, that we all have kind of our seasons on our journey of faith. And sometimes those places or those times on our journey bring us closer to God. And there are other times when we need to have the church to feel God at all. And so I think this place and these people have been that for me always over these years. And so it's just, it's an important thing. The other thing I did want to touch on is the pledge card. So I remember back in the day, I think when I first caught on to what this whole pledge thing was, I was a single mom. And I'm like, I can't commit to anything. The money I give isn't going to make a difference in this church. But what I learned is that it's not about how much your pledge card says. It's the fact that you're making a commitment to this congregation to make a difference, whether it's a small amount or a large amount. And so kind of from that moment that I've decided that it was always important for me to continue to fill out that pledge card every year so the church could say, okay, Kim is going to be able to support this much. Even if it's only this much, that's okay, because we all have our place and we all have the reasons that everything together makes one whole building, one whole church, one whole community. And that's what this is about to me. That's all I got.
Fantastic.
Even through the phone call.
Yeah, I know.
Jeez.
Excellent.
That's obviously I've done that before.